We have now the Honorable Karen Kirks Alexander. She's a Salisbury City Councilwoman and president of KKA, which is her architectural firm here in Salisbury. She was the architect for our environmental center at Catawba and a number of other buildings in Salisbury. Karen said she's a former racquetball champion and a grandmother of 3. She said she was the only woman in her division of racquetball to beat the stronger men, but she did it by being more focused and faster. And she's also a shoe model. How about that? Karen's going to talk a little bit about self-confidence in the workplace and beyond.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to share with you this evening. With my topic being self-confidence, I thought I would share with you a little bit about my career and how I personally developed self-confidence. As a young woman, I got married young and had a child within 18 months of being married. And so I sort of sidetracked my possibility of becoming an architect at that point in my life, but I didn't let that stop me. I decided that there were different ways to start my career without actually being the architect. So I decided to pursue going to a community college and becoming proficient at drafting, and that was my foray into architecture. I realized very quickly that it was a man's world. Everybody in the firm were men. All the other draftspeople, the partners were all men. And I realized really quickly that in order for me to survive and thrive, that I was going to have to work harder and with more time than any of my male counterparts. But that didn't really bother me. I decided that it was important enough, and my passion for architecture and achieving that ultimate goal was very strong. So because I couldn't get hired on a part-time basis of working in the field and learning what the construction site actually looked like, translating from those drawings that I was doing in the office to the footings and the foundation and the walls and the steel, I spent every Saturday with my little boy in tow photographing projects that were not my own in Charlotte to learn how those pieces and parts went together in real life, so that I would be able to discuss them on Monday with my counterparts with confidence and knowledge. And that continued as I progressed and then went on to finish my college degree, take the architectural exam, which was a 40-hour exam that very few people passed easily. Many people spent 10 years doing it. I had a goal, and I set out to do it in about 3 years, and I accomplished that goal. Many of the people who've spoken already talked about what it really takes to be a success in whatever your pursuit is in life, whatever the particular form is. And so I want to talk about that. Set achievable goals. You start small and increase in size and commitment as you complete the small ones. And it's very necessary that you have excellence. It's a necessary standard, and it's how you achieve self-confidence, because you know that you know, and no one can give that to you. You can only give that to yourself. You also need to learn to love yourself, because you cannot truly love others until you do. Fun is a necessary ingredient to success, So, in this pursuit of your career, you need to set aside time to live in the moment, in the now. And I can tell you, I only had one child. I now have 3 grandchildren. But setting aside time for them is something that goes on my appointment book, just like any other appointment that I make with a client. Because if not, day by day, that can get shifted if you don't have it as a goal and an appointment. And pretty soon, your child won't know who you are and your grandchildren will be grown. So I'm under the table playing with them. My husband says, I just wish your clients could see you on your knees now. But it's important to be human, concentrating on something bigger than yourself. And what I'm talking about here is that you need to find time to meditate, to be still, to enjoy the environment outdoors, and either pray or however you get your spiritual centeredness. It's very important. That will take you through the bad times. And in any of our lives, we've all faced challenges that are difficult. They could be personal, they could be financial, they could be health-wise, but you need that centeredness. Optimism, it's all perception. Always see the glass half full, not half empty. You're starting from the same point, but seeing it half full means you're halfway there. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't try, you'll never do it. So don't let anything keep you from trying. You may not make it on the first try, but you will if you keep trying. Fear can be harnessed as an extraordinary energy source to fuel your passion. So when those obstacles come up and those difficulties in life that sidetrack you, if you just harness that fear of failure, you can push through it, and that will give you self-confidence that you have earned. Integrity, and you've already heard about that. It is the key to building core values that identify your character, the very essence of you. And my parents taught me from a very young child that character is all you really own in life. All the other things, the financial, material things can go away. But as long as you have your character, you can pick yourself up and keep going, pursuing your dreams. Don't put limits on your abilities. Don't say, oh, I couldn't do that. I didn't think that I could manage a $6 million project by myself or design it, but I did. It's over there, the Center for the Environment and the Customer Service Center and many, many others. But I didn't start on that. I started out designing bathrooms, okay, on my dining room table because I couldn't afford an office. Efficacy is mastering skills and achieving goals, while esteem is feeling that we have the right to be happy. So self-confidence is a combination of those, and you can't have one without the other. You've got to have that mastering of skills to make you self-confident, and then you know you can be happy and that you have the right to. Never ever compare yourself to others. You set your own standards and you keep bettering them, because if we only compete with ourselves, then we'll reach down and help the other lady that's trying to come up. And I've mentored over the years many young women from this community who wanted to go to architecture school and they thought they couldn't do it. And now they're all, many of them, registered architects practicing in Charlotte and New York. And I feel so excited that I had the opportunity to encourage those young women, not by telling them that it's easy, but saying, if you have passion and you have integrity, then you can achieve anything you set your heart to. And no man or woman or anything can prevent you from doing so. caring for others through your church and community outreach opportunities also builds self-confidence. And it's one of the things that I made a commitment when I started my firm 25 years ago, that I would adopt every year different charities within our community, and that I would support them with money and with my time in serving on boards or commissions or whatever. Eliminate time-wasting behaviors. Video games, TV, social media, they're all part of our lives, and it's okay if we enjoy them, but don't let them take away valuable times that keep you from reaching your goals. Don't let it become an excuse. The good news is that self-confidence is readily achievable through focus and determination. The bad news is that it's not a quick fix or a 5-minute solution. It's a lifetime. And I can tell you that, having now served on council by appointment and then being re-elected this past November, that feeling self-confident is a continual battle, because every time you do something new, you need practice. So for the first few meetings, I barely said a word. I listened to everybody else, because I felt like before I could confidently express my opinion about something, I had to understand the terrain and what the process was. Now they can't keep me from talking. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karen.